When I found out Seattle, Washington had a pinball museum, I knew it was something I wanted to check out. Truthfully, pinball is not even one of my favorite arcade games, but it's still fun and it's certainly better than nothing. Plus, I can't say that I'm able to make it into too many arcades these days. Believe it or not, this facility was in fact a museum, and every pinball machine had a QR code that patrons could scan to learn more about the particular machine they were playing on. The museum also had the pinball machines out on the floor in chronological order, starting from the 1960s, moving through the 70s, and then upstairs they had the 1980s. And then once you went back downstairs, they had machines from the 90s, and then the most modern of the pinball machines. If I'm being completely honest, I have never been very good at playing pinball. To me, it seems like a bit of a game of chance, and I really don't get it. Fortunately, while I was there, I only broke 2 of the machines. Of course, I'm kidding about breaking the machines, but I did get 2 pinballs stuck, and I had no idea how to get them unstuck. The oldest pinball machine in the museum was from 1960, but pinball's roots actually go back to the 1930s, but it wasn't always seen as innocent fun, and for decades it was considered gambling.
Here I go. My all-time favorite.
In addition to all of the pinball machines, there were a few other random old arcade games. So here's some footage of me playing Miss Pac-Man that absolutely no one asked for. Level 2, here we go. Level 3, let's go. And I died. Here we go, level 4, and I'm on my second life. No! Fortunately, that was just my warm-up, and I did end up getting the high score. I assume that was just the high score for the day, but it still made me feel pretty good. All of the time I spent on my Game Boy Color playing Miss Pac-Man in the early 2000s was not for nothing. As mentioned earlier, after being introduced in the 1930s, for decades, pinball was considered gambling. Why? Well, because before flippers were invented, the game was mostly luck. You launched the ball and hoped. There was no real control. But in my opinion, even with the flippers, it's still quite the game of luck. Or maybe playing pinball is just a skill that I don't have. But with me being so great at Miss Pac-Man, I can't be good at everything. Here we can see some of the museum's most modern machines. They had a Toy Story 4 machine, one for the movie Pulp Fiction, and even an Elton John pinball machine. I need to be honest and say that I have never seen Pulp Fiction, so I don't understand any of the references, but that little burger is adorable. Hey, it's pretty difficult to film yourself playing pinball, so cut me some slack. Here we have the Texan, which is the oldest machine in the entire Seattle Pinball Museum. And of course, on the other side, we have the museum's most modern machines, some of which would even take and display your picture if you earned a high score. Honestly, I preferred the older machines over the more modern machines. The additional lights, bells, and whistles didn't seem to me like they added anything. But how cool is it that there's a place where you can play on pinball machines from half a dozen different decades, all in one day?